Hey guys, it's been a while, but I've been doing very well last Sunday. I've been playing the super satellite for $10 to enter the global millions, as you can see, and we had a pretty deep run, 131 of 20, almost 21,000 people. Not a bad score for $10. I would say even very good. And I've got a few hands to review today to see if there is place for improvement. So the first hand of the day is 9-3 of clubs in the big blind. Usually not a good hand, but for one big blind I think we can take a look, especially when there's multiple people there. So if we do hit something like a flush, that would be really nice. He don't hit anything, so naturally we check. Now that we hit the 9 on the turn, I think we have most likely the best hand here. So I think a bet here to protect against straight draws or overcuts is possible. I decide to bet small against multiple opponents. I might have bet a bit bigger here, but to deter them from calling. But then again, if they have a straight draw, I don't think they're folding. So sizing is probably fine. River doesn't change anything, so I decide to check, and if they bet, I'll probably be calling. This guy bets, and I do decide to call because I don't think the 5 changes anything, and he could also have a 8, 2, or a pocket pair, whatever, and we win the hand. Next hand we have queens, very great hand. Simple open, nothing too special. Small blind calls, probably has some pocket pair. Great flop for us, unless he has pocket 9s or 5s, even 4s. But overall we should still be fine. I bet he calls, could still have a set or any pocket pair. Turn is fine for us, don't think he has many a6s, and he does fold. This is the third hand, we get pocket rockets, very nice. Guy's waiting a long time. Folds to me, I raise. Small blind thinks about doing something very long time, decides to fold. So we're one against the big blind. Big blind calls. This is a very dry flop. I mean, I don't even think that big blind has anything here after he just checked. I mean, he could have some 4-5 or something for a straight draw or a bottom pair, but since we're pretty shallow, as in he only has got a pot size bet left, so I decide to slow play here, and I decide to check behind. turns a 10. Now there's a flush draw and a straight draw, so if big blind checks, I'll be betting here, maybe even putting him all in. But yeah, he jams himself and it's just an easy call. And that's why we slow play premiums at low stack depths. Got him. On to the next. Ace jack of diamonds, very good. I decide to just call here because we're against the early position. He could have stronger ace axes and or strong pocket pairs, and we have great position on him, which is why I decide to just call here in case we flop something like this. If he has ace king, ace queen, then we're basically gonna get it all in, most likely. He decides to bet, and I don't see any reason to raise here yet, so I'm just gonna call because we can hit some nice backdoor flush draws. We could even hit on ace, on jack. I'm not too worried about the flush draw here because the chance for him to have a flush draw here are really small. So I think, yeah, I'm raising here, but I think I could have just called here instead because there's not that much danger here. So a call would have been fine. Because now we're specifically targeting ace, king, ace, queen, and maybe on kings or queens. But yeah, a call would have been better here, definitely. He jams. Wow. Well, he had a flush draw here, so yeah, we could have targeted a flush draw as well with our raise, so that's fine. Although I'd have preferred to just call, I guess, and then maybe get it in on a turn or river. But yeah, we got him anyways. GG. Pocket sixes, very nice. Yeah, I know I say that a lot for many hands, but I only play hands that I think are nice. Well, most of the time. Gotta have some bluffs in there too. Called here. Pretty interesting, as this guy has a VPIP of 4, which means he's playing very tight. Probably has an ace X in there, ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, 7s plus, maybe even higher. So I think we're not in that great of a shape. Probably on check here, because he probably has a lot of ace X. Might even check raise on us, and we don't want that. Oh, terrible. I don't think we should bet it, even though we did open, and well, then again, we did open and he just called, so he could have less ace X's and maybe some pocket pairs. But still, I think a check here would have been better. Yeah, and he does call, and if he calls here, he almost always has something. Jack on the turn, not so great. Decide to just check back and probably give up there if he bets the river. Well, the river, however, gives us a set, and now we're basically always have the nuts, so we're gonna play for stacks. He bets, and I just jam, cause if he has something, he's gonna call anyway, as he shows his intent to play. So yeah, as I've said, on check would have been better on the flop because we're almost always like an ace X. or a pocket pair, and seeing how tight this guy plays, we should have checked the flop, and then we might even have folded the turn, maybe called one, and but yeah, we got lucky this time. Further along the tournament, 10-3 of diamonds. Yeah, I remember this one. We're gonna play blind versus blind, so hand is good enough to limp in. Pretty great flop here. Decide to bet because we have a pair and a flush draw, so we should be good most of the time, even if he has some jack X, which he doesn't have many times. He does decide to call. The queen of clubs is less of a good card because now there are 2 overs. He could even have a backdoor flush draw, so yeah, I don't like it. So I decide to check. I'm definitely still calling if he bet, which he doesn't, and now with the flush completion, I think we are almost always ahead, so I think a bet here is the best way to go, because if he has a jack or a queen, he's never betting here anymore, so he might not even bet us straight. Well, I think he will, but see, that's why he decide to bet. Last hand here of the session, we have about 4 big blinds. Here's a little bit more. Jack 8. Gonna have to play this one depending on the action. Yeah, my last hand. So min raise, definitely calling here. If we hit something or get a favorable flop, we just jam it, make them fold their misses. I'm definitely calling, so I was thinking a while, should I do it or not, but definitely gonna do it. This flop is decent for us because chances for him to have a king X on the button isn't that big, but he could definitely have one, but not folding here anymore, so since I've got hit, and chances that you hit a flop are about 1 in 3, so he should be ahead most of the time, but he does have a king X, so that is simply the end. But still, we had a very nice run here.